remember. Okay, so in academia or in any kind of correspondence, clarity, courtesy, and professionalism are essential. So over the next hour, we'll explore what it means with all this writing correspondence. And in fact, we look at some types of correspondence, some examples that I have personally, and what are the things that we need to make the correspondence effective. I will zoom in mainly on the most highly used correspondence, which is emails, emails. All right, I will share you my PowerPoint. All right, Arif, are you seeing my PowerPoint only?
Yes. Also, I can see you at the side of my
Oh,
have you?
Okay. So I won't flash it as a display. I'll just use mode.
Yes.
All right. So, is it still showing my PowerPoint? Because I'm moving things around on my computer.
Yes. We can see your slide.
Right. So, first and foremost, what is correspondence writing? Yeah. Here, cited from a website. It is a written exchange. Yeah, it's a written exchange of messages between two parties. Okay, and such as letters, emails, memos, other written correspondence. And we are sharing the information in here. What we do is we share information, we share interest, we share our intention, all right? What are we, when we are writing something, there must be the intention. What is our intention? What is the goal of your writing? Yeah. So in a way, we should be focusing on structure. Yeah. If we are writing something, there is a structure. There is the intention, formality levels. Yeah. And this formality level can be either personal or impersonal, formal or informal. All right. And how do we determine if it's formal? We have to be formal or informal with your with the person that you are writing for. So in language, everything influences how you write or how you speak. And everything means the context of situation. The context of situation means who, all the WH questions and how, who we are targeting, why we are writing, when is it, at which period of time are we writing it for, right? Why, when, how, what is it about, and how are you going to go about this? So when you in language and communication, yeah, it matters to look at the participant, and the participant here is the degree of relationship you have with the other person. This determines how formal or informal you can be. All right. For example, if you are with your supervisors, initially it is very much formal. It depends. You have to look at who you are dealing with. Look at how your professor or your supervisors are how they are speaking to you. Yeah. If they are laid back, you can gain that rapport with them and maybe become a little bit informal. But in the initial phase, I would suggest that keep it formal. Okay. All right. What is our intention? Yeah, in correspondence writing, right? It serves various functions. For me as a coordinator, when I give a briefing to new students, I always tell the students to drop your supervisor or advisor an email to say hi, that you're here in on campus already. If you're from overseas, say hi. I would like to meet you. I would like to say hi and introduce myself. Yeah. So it is a form of maintaining a good relationship. Yeah, goodwill, a harmonious relationship. All right. And secondly, as your relationship grow, regardless of the particular task or activity that you're dealing with, like supervision or other kinds of dealings, these emails are proof of the communication, yeah, and it is evidence for you to show for example, how frequent you are in meeting up with your supervisor. Sometimes the international officer will ask you some proof of your consistent progress. Yeah, so these are evidence that you have asking for your supervisor's consultation or meetings with them, or supervision meetings. So this can be an effective evidence. All right. And another thing is to, of course, to practice your communication skills, yeah, and your language skills also. But most of the functions that we use correspondence is you have an intended purpose. Yeah, you need that person to act or to serve something that you need. All right, so there is an intention there, and you would like the other person to help you. All right, so that's the usual. For example, what are the examples of actions that we need the other person to help us with? Well, we can be requesting their help. We can be appealing for their permission, or asking for permission. We can be just informing them or updating them on your progress, right? So how is the impact of effective communication? It greatly impacts you as in the future, because it sets a very good example, yeah, of promoting collaboration, enhancing your relationship with just a minute. With the other person. All right. So why? Before we explore how, we need to understand why we need to be effective in emailing, in writing, or in communicating with another person, right? So it's not about just conveying information, but it is about, it is about building credibility. So your initial written communication with the other person, it shapes the perception of whoever is receiving it. All right, that you are serious, and it transmits clear and professional correspondence, a positive first impression to build trust, and in ensuring a proper relationship, a professional and long-lasting relationship. So it builds credibility. That's why when you first email your supervisor, or even the coordinator, to join and asking how to join the university, or asking some help from the graduate officers or whoever, it means that it reflects your professionalism. Yeah. So a well-structured written correspondence establishes you to be a trustworthy person, a serious person. Apart from that, it enhances clarity and professionalism, right? So writing correspondences should be clear. Clarity is number one, because straightforward writing, it minimizes misinterpretation, right? So, and we need to convey the respect for the reader's time. Yes, sure, that sometimes our email can intrude someone's time, in their busy work life. So there is an aspect of being polite and showing courtesy, right? And trying to, maybe you might want to apologize for intruding, but you can write what your intentions are. Writing correspondences in English also prevents misunderstanding. Okay, so this happens. Well, as a supervisor, I will sometimes, if my students are silent for quite a long time, and I wonder where they are, what they are doing. So an occasional email from me to them or from them to me is sort of a nice way to report on your situation. So it prevents misunderstanding. It avoids me from thinking, where is my student? Are they doing their work? Yeah. Are they, having a vacation somewhere? So it helps. So this builds the relationship, and it avoids misunderstanding, confusion, okay, unnecessary overthinking, all right, and maintaining relationships. Okay, right. So that's the importance of being very much into this good correspondence. All right. So when we are corresponding to all these people out there, who are we corresponding with? So that's the audience. Yeah. Yeah. So after you are emailing a professor to clarify on something, yeah, you're contacting the offices in SGS for any kind of hiccups in your iGYM's portal. It happens, or application details, or requesting something from your supervisor. Well, surely you would want to know how to go about with your professor. So who needs to receive this correspondence? Knowing why you're writing and to whom, yeah, provides a plan or roadmap for ensuring a good tone, ensuring formality and content. Yeah, what is formality? Formality is whether you want to be serious or you want to be casual. What is the tone? You want to be, again, you want to be strictly serious, all right? Or light, a bit light in the communication. So you should tailor your words to your recipient's role, their expectations, and knowledge level. So supervisors, you would learn, usually when we are as social beings, yeah, when we talk to another person or when we correspond to another person, we must know the background or the context of the whole situation. This way, it helps us to be pragmatically suitable to the situation. Yeah, so you need to have pragmatics. What is pragmatics? Knowledge about the whole situation and in ensuring how to talk or write well. All right. So when you know the situation, the background situation of a person, your message will be conveyed in a proper way, and the desired response will be engaged. Okay. And what is this next thing on the side here? All right. Understanding your purpose, understanding your audience will lead to understanding your purpose. Yeah, why are you writing this piece of email? Yeah, what is the goal? And usually the goal is to get what you need, right? To secure an appointment, to secure an audience with your supervisor. All right. So what do you hope to accomplish? All these must be there. Frankly, me being here giving you this talk is a good attempt, but I do have to share with you the fact that out there are so many references just on this topic, and there are YouTubes for you to watch on this topic. But for your sake, I will share with you what I know from this angle, yeah, from an academic background. All right. All right. So what are the types of written correspondences that you have dealt with in your lifetime or future life? Okay, we have business letters. All right. This can be in the form of emails or so. Okay. And we have even business letters have gone into emails. Yeah. So email is the mode, but you can be doing so many things with emails. Memos are already in the form of emails. Reports, yeah, you can be reporting your progress to whoever, the immigration, or to your sponsors, to your supervisor, to anyone, just by emailing them. So that's why I focus on emails today, because it's the most used mode of communication. But proposals, yeah, proposals is not so much of a written correspondence, but it is a type of text where you attach with emails and minutes of meetings. So these are all the written genres that we have. But correspondence means there is a exchange of information between sender and receiver. So I would say corresponding to someone is via email. And what are some of the goals of corresponding with someone? Yeah, what are the goals? You can be just informing your situation. Yeah, informing that you cannot make it to the meeting, informing that you have to go home or anything. Yeah, as a student. Yeah, informing of your progress. Persuading, persuading here can be asking or requesting someone to be your supervisor, or inviting someone to join you in writing your journal articles. All right. Okay. Documenting, the goal of the email or the correspondence is to document. Document means to put it in record, black and white, that things are progressing. Yeah. So in a way, you can it relates to the evidence that I mentioned to you in the last slides. Building relationships also. Yeah, establishing goodwill. Drop an email to just say hi, to just mentioning how the progress of your work. Okay. So what are the characteristics of effective correspondence? Are we all right, everyone? Just show a thumbs up if you're all right. All right. If you are all right, just show me a thumbs up. Okay. So before that, before I go into the effective corresponding kind of thing, what kind of context would you deal with when you need to use effective correspondences? Well, you can go into corporate context, academic context, personal context, and maybe legal context. There are so many kinds of contexts. Yeah. Application letters to graduate programs can be emailing your professors is in the academic context. So in a university environment, yeah, emailing to a journal editor, recognizing this context will help you adapt your style and approach. Okay, all right. So what are the characteristics? Right after, at the end of this talk sharing session, I will show you some ineffective correspondence, some samples. All right. So the first characteristics of a good correspondence is you have to achieve, the message needs to be complete. Yeah, correspondence is complete when it gives the reader all the information needed. Yeah, so you need to, how to do this is you need to give all the information on by using the WH questions. Why? Why are you writing this? What is the goal? What is the goal? What do you hope to achieve, accomplish? What information is needed before writing the correspondence? Who needs to receive and what information must be included? So here is an example of ineffective information. Yeah. So on the left side, ineffective or incomplete information would be the first line. Your recent order will be mailed soon. Yeah. All right. As opposed to an effective one, your order on that certain date will be emailed to you by a certain date. That is that sounds professional, yeah, and sounds very credible, right? The seminar will be on 3rd November. So there are some information that is missing. So the effective way is written there. The letter writing seminar will be held in the location on the particular time and date. Okay. All right. But do you know that in spoken or written language, there are avenues where we can there are situations when slip-ups occur. Yeah, slip-ups. Slip-ups means you forget to give some information, or you there's a typo in the information or something like that. The beauty of language is you can correct that correspondence with a follow-up email. And the follow-up email, for example, the slip-ups or errors that we do in conversation, sometimes we mispronounce or use a different wrong word, or we forget to give some information. The beauty of language is, and the fact that humans use language is, we can have the time. Yeah, we have chances to correct the ineffective correspondence by following up with an email or correcting your mistake. All right. And in that follow-up email, you can always say, I apologize that I did not convey the appropriate or the correct time or the attached the needed information. Here is the needed information. So that's the beauty of language. It's always chances to correct yourselves. And the last example, the planning meeting was cancelled. So if you want to be complete, right, and be informative, you can write up a longer, a better one, a better kind of sentence. The planning meeting scheduled for the particular date and time has been cancelled due to a conflict. What was the reason, maybe? And then the rescheduling of the meeting. That would be good because, you know, when you write, you always have to be a step ahead of that person. What does it mean, a step ahead? We imagine what are the possible questions that the person might be asking, or what are the possible, things that he might need information. So we preempt that. Preempt means we prepare that information first, earlier, before he even come up with these queries. All right, so that's written communication. That is why when you read novels and you read a newspaper, all the information is there. you wouldn't be asking, where did it happen? Who is the hero? What is the plot? Everything is given, because written correspondence is, in a way, one way. You are not sharing face-to-face communication where it's like spoken. You can be asking directly. What was it? Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you explain? So that's spoken, and so the speaker can explain more. But in written, because of the unshared environment, you're not facing each other. There is a need for the writer, yeah, to convey as much information as possible, so that the receiver will not question anything. So that is the difference between written and spoken. And if ever, but nowadays, with the advent of technology, even written communication, yeah, like emails, can be very fast in responding. So there's the beauty of technology. All right, so apart from complete, we need to be clear. We need to be clear. So this kind of clarity, we need to be clear in your messaging, right? Expressing the necessary information in as few words as possible. Sometimes I receive very, very long paragraphs from students. Say what you need, but without clutter. Are your sentences nicely short? Paragraphs are short, simple, words that can be easily understood. Yeah, if it's easier, make it a numbered list, bulleted list, or bulleted points. Have you avoided unnecessary repetition? Avoid redundancy. Redundancy means you've mentioned something earlier and then you're going to mention it again. All right. Have you eliminated excessive information? All right. And cliches. Avoid cliches. Phrases that have become overused. For example, what goes around comes around. Because why? This is kind of informal. Yeah. Yeah. Informality can be with your friends. But if in this kind of talk, I would assume that effective correspondence here means formal situation. Yeah. All right. So, for example, business correspondence. It's not a place to impress someone with your vocabulary. So you must get your purpose straight in a simple and concise. So easily understood words that are very much needed. Yeah, your words should express rather than impress. Okay, so this conciseness and clarity is important. Apart from conciseness and clarity, if you are writing to someone whose language is English as a first language, native speakers of English, or your supervisors who deal with you in English, I suppose your grammar must be accurate. Okay, check your information. Keep your information or language use correct. Yeah, when writing, try to write objectively. Yeah, right. Deal with the facts, accurate facts, and in effective writing, it's also important to be prompt. What is prompt? Immediacy. Okay, immediacy. Right? Why? When you are issuing the email first, and that is about your progress or whatever, that means you are keeping time. Yeah. So prompt emailing says to the readers that you care about what is being said. That is important. Late messages will tell the reader that the message is not important, or the writer maybe it might give the image that you know, someone is being inefficient, maybe. Yeah, but we wouldn't want to go into that because that might be a bit overthinking. Always, you know, be positive. That's one thing when you're writing. So being prompt here is either you issuing the first correspondence or replying. So the basic rule of replying to be effective, to be effective. Effective is what? That you will reach, you will get that goal, you will get that objective of yours, of corresponding to that person. Okay, so replying promptly to the email on the same day is good, is very much commendable. Replying to a memo within 1 day, this is the period of time that ideally you should email or respond effectively. Letters can be replied 3 to 5 days, and respond to reports within the timeline given. So reports that it reminds me of Viva reports. All right, supervisors are busy, and they have lots of theses to read, and sometimes the report is late. Not because they are not reading it, but because they are scheduling the thesis one after another. And what do I do? What do I do? I would email or I would WhatsApp Arif and the person in charge to apologize. That I might need extra time for this, reading this thesis. Okay, so because I know that the due date is coming and things like that. Okay, so in a way, when you are writing correspondence, it's good to be courteous. So I think this is the next point, courteous. Courteous means polite. Polite, this is very much common sense. Good human relation skills. Treat the other person with respect. Demonstrate that you care about the reader as you write. Because when you're talking face to face, you are polite, right? And so the same goes with writing, right? So here, one of the ways that you can maintain courteousness is in linguistics. There is a theory of politeness. And this theory of politeness says, in your communication with someone, it is ideal that first, there are 3 aspects. First, when you write to someone or speak to someone, first is do not impose. Don't impose. Don't sound as if you're forcing that person. So that, why? Because maintaining good human relationship. The second one, apart from do not impose, give options. Give options. Okay, I would say, if a student wants to meet up with your supervisor, would you be free in the morning or in the afternoon? I'm okay with that. Give options, right? And last but not least, make the other person feel good. That's why politeness is important. It's a courtesy. Courteousness is also about being considerate. If a person asks you for something, respond. If you are unable to give a positive response, meaning immediate response, follow up. Right there, it shows follow-up strategies and explain why. Because effective correspondence also means effective relationship in the long run. Remember that. So when you explain why you were late or something in the correspondence, is to let you know that you are sincere. Yeah, it builds your credibility, your image. You are sincere. Yeah. So incorporating politeness in your correspondence fosters goodwill and a positive relationship. Here it says positive. Yeah. So when addressing sensitive issues, so just maintain calm and a professional demeanor. Yeah. And acknowledging the other person. For example, you are asking in an email asking why whether in an email from a student where the student is conveying the reasons or the problems he or she is having, yeah, I would email back and I would acknowledge the person's feelings and then provide constructive feedback. Yeah. So always in this positiveness, always aim for a solution-oriented approach, problem-solution approach. Yeah. Right. Because people love to hear yes than no. Why? Because it just makes the whole process smooth, right? So sometimes you will not be able to say yes to everything. But it's good to maintain a positive tone. There is a way to remain positive, but still conveying something negative. Yeah. All right. So your correspondence needs to show, make your correspondence sound as if you smile. You smile. Okay. Okay. Here, some phrases that can have a built-in smiling effect. First, you can say, we shall be glad to meet you, or we shall be glad to set up a meeting with whoever. Yeah, it is a pleasure to accept this invitation. Thank you. We appreciate it very much with our compliments. Okay. All right. So remember, make the other person feel good is important in correspondences. And once you get all those correspondences, it is good to follow up. If correspondence are taking some long time to be replied, okay, if someone doesn't reply you, then how to show professionalism is to be using follow-up strategies. It is crucial because a polite follow-up reinforces your commitment and ensures that your message was received. Did the person miss out? You know, sometimes we have so many emails, right? And they are pushed down, lower and lower and lower to the next page because more emails are coming in. We might miss out those emails. And when we check, the email was there. So for you who received it, you might want to write a correspondence and reply to follow up on that person, apologizing that I must have missed your email. I apologize. Yeah. Is there still time for me to address this matter? That'd be good. So it provides an opportunity for future progress engagement. Okay. Right. How do you follow up? This is how you follow up. I'm writing to follow up on, so checking on the progress of your request, of your application. Could you please provide an update on my journal article, which I have emailed a week ago or a month ago? Perhaps you missed it. Why would you say that? To make the other person feel good. So we are assuming perhaps you missed it. Perhaps you missed my email, but I would just like to follow up on you rather than, did you read my email? I emailed you 2 months ago. Oh, no. You are creating some animosity there. We assume. We make the other person feel good by understanding he might be busy, maybe. Understanding the scenario of what could possibly delay my email, delay that person. So we imagine what are the possible hiccups that the person could have been experiencing. So we hedge your email, hedge your language. I would appreciate any information you can share regarding show courtesy. I'm reaching out to see if there have been any changes to my application. I wanted to check if you need any additional information from me. Could you kindly advise on the current status of my application? Sometimes I get this. Yeah. And I would reply that your application is successful. Yeah, and that I apologize for the delay. Okay, and it would which could have been on the logistics or whatever. Right. Okay. Are you all right now? Okay. So what else? What else to be effective? Your tone and style. What is this tone? Your formality. Are you casual? Are you relaxed? Are you serious? Yeah, are you professional sounding? So tone should reflect your objective and your audience. Yeah. So when informing students about a course change, maybe use a respectful yet straightforward style. Yeah. If you're persuading a funding committee, be confident, factual, and highlight the benefits. When you're documenting some minutes of meetings, stay neutral and factual. Yeah. The degree of formality between you and the other person, yeah, it can affect the whole intention of the message, right? For example, if you're being formal, you can say, we would like to inform you, right, that if you are semi-formal, just a quick update, I will just dropping an email to know about our current progress. Could you give me a quick update on that? Is appropriate with colleagues and team members where you collaborate with each other, where the rapport, the casualness has been established. But if it's still formal, where the relationship is still, at arm's length, then I think it's better to be formal, but courteous. If it's really informal, like you and your BFF in the department, hey, here's the info that you asked for. Relaxed relationship. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is my example. Formal, semi-formal, or informal. All right. And looking at the who is important. In Malaysia, in language and communication, context is important, as I have said. And context can be based on many things. Culture, different background, different country. So there is such a thing as cross-cultural pragmatics, where maybe someone's politeness or someone's impoliteness language in this country is different from to another country. Another country, it is all right to be that informal, and it's fine. So know your context. Yeah, know your context. How do you know this? Research, read up. When you came to Malaysia, understand what is formal and informal in Malaysia. When you go to the UK, understand their culture. When you go to the Arab countries, understand their culture. That way, you know how to write the correspondence. Okay, another thing, logical structure and formatting. First, you have to greet. Begin with a courteous salutation. Dear doctor, dear, dear, dear. State the purpose immediately. This purpose in an email can be in the subject space. And then put in your main content, to what are you going into, what do you need, right? It is good to divide your message or your content in paragraphs so that it won't be so much to read. And closing would always be wrapping up with a polite closing, right? Like, thank you for your time, and I look forward to your response. Signature, identifying yourself. Okay. All right. What are the norms of conversation or norms of communication in a good correspondence, effective correspondence? Be respectful. Avoid jargon. Yeah. Be as clear and easy, to read, and end with a polite closing, as I've mentioned. Sincerely, best regards. Thank you. Some of the formal words and phrases to use. Yeah. Like this, please be advised, if it's formal, we appreciate your attention, showing appreciation. Sincerely, thank you. If it's informal, just so you know, I completed the report for you. It is in the Google Drive. Thanks for checking this out. See you later. Bye. Yeah. All right. So that's informal. When would it be ineffective? When it's ambiguous. When the message is not clear. I have received some unclear emails before. Not sure what the student wanted. So I emailed back and by saying, I was not clear what you wanted. Do you mean, and then I elaborate what I understood from your intention. If this is what you meant, and then I explain and I give the information. So you predict the other person already, and then you give the information. Grammar errors, well, we have ChatGPT. It's funny how this can be a talk when we have ChatGPT, because we embrace AI. So it is always convenient when you have Grammarly, ChatGPT, or Quillbot, and convey your prompts into those applications, and they will come up with a good, effective correspondence. For example, generate me a letter asking my supervisor for consultation. Be polite. I want this. I would like it to be one of the days in next week. So ChatGPT will generate, right? And of course, no grammar errors, but do check with your grammar error. And when you say be polite, there is the appropriate tone. Okay. As I've said, when you have all the applications to proofread and edit your correspondence, use them. Why? Because it is to not damage credibility, so that you sound polished and professional. Of course, you need to make sure that the message is clear to avoid misunderstanding. And you build your reputation and image. This is what I said about communication. Regardless of where you're from, who you are, knowing your audience, for belonging to another country, you need to know the cultural sensitivity. understand the context. The first email would be polite. And I would like to remind you again, your status as a student or your as admin staff or you're a lecturer, professor, whatever, and with the other person, how close you are to the other person or not, will be incorporated in your correspondence. Yeah. For example, I will show you shortly, just a quick one, how I invited some well-known professor. First, it will be very formal. And then as we progress in the email, it became informal because you must always see how the other person respond to you. When he drops a little of informality, becomes a bit casual, that means that's the way he likes it to be. So you can reciprocate in that way. Brevity, if he likes it brief, you know how our emails can be so long-winded because we are so polite. But gradually, the email, his responses became very brief, very casual, and we reciprocate to be that way. Yeah. What are the examples of ineffective correspondence? Here, let's say, what is this about? I'm finishing soon. Hi, Dr. Johnson. There's that thing we talked about last week. Just making sure everything's okay with that. So what is this thing? This is not clear. Yeah, this is not clear. So the main point is buried under unnecessary words. Very vague, right? Vague, right? What is that thing? You need to be specific. The second one. Look at the tone. Why haven't you sent me that reference letter yet? I've been waiting forever. That shows so much of your exasperation, right? It shows impatience, frustration, very condescending towards the recipient. So your tone is demanding, impolite. So it should be more polite in requesting. And then last but not least, irrelevant information. If you're WhatsApping me, I can't access the WhatsApp, yeah? Sorry. I really want to attend your university. I'm from a small town. Your school has great courses. I think the labs are nice. I'm unsure about requirements. I had a teacher, Mr. Brown, who said, I'm good at math because you want to go into maths department. So many, it's convoluted. A lot of, unneeded information, very incoherent. One jumping one topic to another. Okay. This is an effective communication, correspondence. Look at how this potential student just emailed me. I hope this email finds you well. Make me feel good. Yeah. Introduce yourself. I'm a student. I have a master's degree. I will apply for a PhD. Could you please assist me? Could you please? That's polite. At your honorable institute. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards. All right. So that's very nice. Okay. And how do I unshare? Have I been sharing? How do I unshare this? Oh my God. Yeah, so that's about it. How do I unshare? Stop share. I just want to share with you one last thing. Okay. Am I sharing this, Arif?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, this is an example of inviting someone to give a talk. So, dear Dr. Egbert, so this is my first correspondence, yeah? Again, politeness. I hope this email finds you well. I'm reaching out to you on behalf of, introduce yourself. And then you mentioned we are excited to invite you as a speaker. Establish the importance of him giving us a talk with you, with your students, because that is make the other person feel good. Because we are complimenting him. And then I know that he is in America. So I preempt meaning I predict what are the setbacks that he might be thinking. So I will just say, looking at the time difference between Arizona and Malaysia, the suitable time would be da 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 da. So whichever suits you best at your convenience. I won't force, I won't impose, yeah, but I will already be stating the possible dates, possible days, any Fridays. But eventually he did not choose Friday. He chose a Thursday. So you negotiate. And I give options. Eventually he didn't go for these options. And he gave his own date because he had something going on. And then to enhance your credibility and to say that it would really be great if you join us, I direct him to our website. And these websites have built its credibility. We have invited so many other speakers from all over the world, and they've been having this sharing session with us. So that impresses him and maybe make him also think, okay, I wanna be among those people. So you create that to lure him, to invite him. So as the email went on, he replied with a really short one. Hello, thank you for this kind invitation. I would be honored to accept. Will work for me. Please let me know if you need anything else. Best, Jesse. He dropped his professor, doctor. Now this shows culture. So you learn from there. So that means no formalities needed. Okay, and then my next email to him, dear Jesse, because I know the L1 or those from America, US, and all that, they are on a first name basis. You know that. So I mentioned dear Jesse, and then I give him the appropriate information. We are looking forward. All right. And then suddenly he says, hello, I just learned that I have a conference. So can we reschedule my talk? Sorry, and thank you for understanding. And then I said, thank you for your email. In that case, would it be okay if we reschedule it too? I suggest. And then he mentions again, no hello anymore. I can be available. It's like a WhatsApp conversation already. You see how email can be formal and then suddenly it becomes like a WhatsApp message. I can be available. I believe da 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 da. So it looks like we may find it difficult. Let me know if you can think of a time that will work for you. Now he's also being a good negotiator. So now we know the formality level is already dissipating. And then I just continue. Thank you for your reply and a possible date, da 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 da. And then last but not least, it's just like a message. How does Tuesday? A one-liner. You see, from a long-winded formal email, reduced in formality, becoming just like a message. How does Tuesday? It's like now dah macam collegial dah. Collegial. That works for me. Okay. Splendid. I just emailed him. Splendid. That's it. Thank you, Jesse. And that's it. And this is Jesse Egbert. All right. Okay, stop share. All right. So with that, I hope that I have shared with you my experience and what are the needs, do's and don'ts with all of you. And just a recap, when you are writing, don't impose, give options, make the other person feel good. All right, thank you. And off to you, Encik Arif.
Okay. Thank you once again. Our incredible speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Fida Ali, sharing the expertise today on this topic of corresponding for this topic today. So if you go to our chat box, our participants should be fill up the evaluation form, and for those who does not For the attendance also should be we already paste in the chat box. So thank you all for your time, attention, and for being such an we look forward also for the next seminar. Please stay in touch with our website. It's been pleasure hosting you today. Thank you also, Dr. Fida Ali.
Most welcome, Arif
Mm.
and SJS. And all the
Okay.
best, my dear audience.
Have a great day today.
Okay. Welcome. Bye-bye. No
Okay.
Q&A, yeah?
Wait,
Oh,
before we left, should we end up the
snapshot.
session with the snapshot of our photos? Can everybody open the camera? Oh, that day. Nah, okay.
Say when.
Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have a nice weekend.
Doctor.
Bye. All the
You too.
best.
Dah, beda.
Yeah.